Welcome to another movie plot. It starts with tour guide Egg Shen, who takes his guests on bus tours of the San Francisco Chinatown area. He's been brought in for questioning at the police station about a mysterious green fireball that was sighted over the city. The sorcerer begins to tell his story by introducing the officer to the world of Chinese black magic by summoning lightning between his hands. Sometime earlier, Jack Burton drives the Porkchop Express while preaching to whoever'll listen to him on the CB. By sundown, Jack reaches San Francisco and decides to pull into Chinatown for a game of dominoes. He spends the entire night cleaning out the locals until he's left with only his good friend Wang Chi. In order to win back his money, Chi bets Jack that he can cut a glass bottle in half, which fails and sees Jack use his quick reflexes to catch the projected glass. Now needing to pay back twice the amount, the two travel to collect the money, but Wang must first pick up his fiancée Miao Yin from the airport. Whilst they're waiting, Jack flirts with the lawyer Gracie Law, who's also meeting her friend arriving from China. The Lords of Death Street gang enter as an obvious sign that things are about to go south, and attempt to swipe both arrivals, intending on trafficking them for money. Jack's able to protect Gracie's friend, but is pulled up on by one of the gang members and knocked to the ground by another. They aren't able to prevent the Lords of Death from kidnapping Wang's fiancée and escaping with her in the trunk of their car. Knowing where the gang's territory is, Wang directs Jack to the back alley of Chinatown, where they come across a funeral procession for the Chang Sing. Rival gang the Wing Kong interrupt the ceremony by opening fire on those in mourning, and both sides empty all of their ammo within seconds. When the guns run out, the two engage in close quarters combat, until the powerful magician Thunder arrives in league with the Wing Kong. A second called Rain shows up, and the third descends on a lightning bolt to form the supernatural figures called the Three Storms. Trying to escape, Jack drives straight through them but runs over the Wing Kong's leader by accident. The immortal sorcerer is unharmed, and Lo Pan temporarily blinds Jack with a trio of high beams from his face. The two barely escape with their lives after then running into the Lords of Death and fleeing past the Three Storms, slaughtering the Chang Sing. They lose Jack's truck in the process while retreating to Wang's restaurant, the Dragon of the Blackpool. Uncle Chu gives them shelter while Jack fails to claim insurance due to excluded coverage for acts of gods. He meets the charismatic new Mater D. Eddie Lee, who says that he saw the Lords of Death stealing the Porkchop Express anyway. They also meet with Gracie, who, with her inside knowledge of the area and the aid of her reporter friend Margot, informs them that Miao Yin will be held hostage at the White Tiger massage parlor. They come up with a plan for Jack to enter looking as dorky as ever, and pretend to be a customer with a particular taste for Chinese girls with green eyes. The owner replies that Chinese girls don't come in that flavor, so Jack settles for questioning one of the other women. Suddenly an earthquake shakes the building as the patrons begin fleeing for their lives, and the green glow that Egg was being questioned about appears over the White Tiger. The storms rip the roof off and enter, with lightning quickly swiping Miao Yin and killing the mistress for some reason. Jack tries to stop them with his fist but is easily knocked away by Rain, who escapes with the girl. Once they regroup, they suspect that the storms have taken her to Lo Pan's headquarters at the Wing Kong Exchange. With Wang's assistance, Jack pretends to be making a delivery to the exchange and walks straight past the incompetent security guards. They're watched on security cameras when noticing the trail of what looks like a body being dragged into a wall. It reveals a hidden elevator, but on descent it suddenly shuts off and begins to fill with water, forcing the two to pry it open and escape into the chamber of upside-down sinners. Rains led them into Lo Pan's dungeon and begins torturing them with magic and a rubber ball. The storms change into their street attire and take by wheelchair Jack and Wang before Lo Pan, who now in the form of a crippled old man begins questioning them about Miao Yin's ancestry. He says that he must marry a girl with green eyes to break a curse laid upon him, which sees him unable to make physical contact when in his younger form. Meanwhile, back at the restaurant, Uncle Chu's enlisted the help of the local authority on Lo Pan. Egg and Uncle explain to Gracie the situation, and she goes with Eddie and Margot to try rescue Jack, but the evil sorcerer notices them on camera and sends Thunder to capture them, which he does so with knockout gas inside the elevator. The captives are taken back to their cell but manage to break free from their wheelchair restraints. Wang gets into more details on Lo Pan, saying that he once tried to take the Emperor of China's throne, and as punishment was cursed to exist without flesh for 2,000 years. It can only be broken by marrying a green-eyed girl, an impossible task in ancient China but very accomplishable in the modern states. Hearing someone coming, they get back into the wheelchairs, then when Thunder hangs an unconscious Eddie up, Jack jumps him with a knife that was hidden in his shoe. He allows the other two to escape, but the magician begins puffing himself up, knocking Jack into his chair, which rolls backwards down a ramp and nearly into a well at the bottom. When Jack's recovered, they begin to fight their way through the place to locate the girls while Jack gets his first kill. They find Margot and Gracie held prisoner and cause a distraction, by fighting the gas-filled Bostaff guards at the front gate while Jack sneaks around them and releases their friends, along with half a dozen other captive women who all begin diving into a pool to escape through a tunnel. Eddie and Wang defeat the Wing Kong guards and join the escapees, narrowly avoiding Thunder and his gang who miss all their shots. Excited to be alive, Jack kisses Gracie before they move through the sewers and re-enter the Wing Kong exchange. Another group of the gang ambush them as Jack opens fire using the last of his bullets. Wang holds the attackers off while Jack struggles to get his blade free from his boot, spending so much time that when he emerges the gang's already been dealt with. Using the empty weapon, Jack bluffs the front entrance guards, allowing them to all escape into Egg's tour bus, but a creature watching their exit's able to capture Gracie and return her to the storms. She meets Lo Pan for the first time, who notices that she also has green eyes, and decides that he will perform the ritual on both women to see if she's also capable of ending his curse. He hypnotizes Gracie like her Chinese counterpart and performs a ritual called the Burning Blade, which begins with a demonstration from Thunder. Rain then performs his own dance, which ends with him handing the two ladies blades that they use to ascend to the roof. They touch a bulb and both survive the challenge, which proves to Lo Pan that either can be used to break his curse. At the restaurant, Egg Shen's brought along the Chang Sing and a load of firearms to assist in defeating the Sorcerer. They launch their assault on the Wing Kong exchange by sneaking inside through underground caverns. The gang cross over what Egg calls the blood of the earth, before one of the Chang Sing's eaten by an unnatural creature that's scared off by the Sorcerer. They sneak inside the temple beneath the exchange and pass guards unseen, but get caught by a grotesque flying security camera that allows Lo Pan to arrogantly reveal his plan. He's decided to sacrifice Gracie to appease his emperor and end the curse, then live out what he calls his earthly pleasures with Miao Yin. When arriving at the Sorcerer's chamber, they find the place empty as the wedding's already begun. Despite Gracie still being lucid, she's put under a spell by lightning and taken to a large room filled with Lo Pan's entire cult to begin the ceremony. Before they go into battle, Egg has everyone drink a magical elixir that he says will help them defeat any supernatural enemy. The group take the elevator to the wedding chapel and all feel invincible after the potion. They come across the ceremony where Egg makes them wait until the moment of the ritual where Lo Pan becomes mortal and can bleed. A huge fight ensues, but Jack knocks himself out with a piece of falling rubble. Then when he regains consciousness, Thunder shatters his Tech 9 before being fireballed away by Egg. During the fight, Wang and Rain take the main focus with a high-flying sword fight across the battleground, ending with Wang skewering the magician, killing him. The whole battle, Jack stuck under a dead temple guard that he's unable to muster the strength to push off, while Egg shows down with the evil rival Sorcerer, in which the two use their magic in a colorful display. When Thunder returns, the Sorcerer and his new bride try to escape with lightning covering their retreat, but the storm has his magic reflected back at him when trying to go at the more powerful Egg, who then uses his magic to destroy the room's altar while Gracie finds Jack having had her spell broken. After the hairy monster returns but goes down easily with a kick to the groin, the two get on an elevator to go after Lo Pan. With Gracie still wearing the wedding robes and looking better than ever, the two kiss and Jack spends the rest of the battle wearing her red lipstick. They locate Lo Pan and Thunder with Miao before being joined by her fiancé and commencing their final battle. While Thunder's distracted chasing Wang around the offices, Jack takes on Lo Pan, with a horrible knife throw missing him completely. He does it to catch the Sorcerer off guard when he counters the return throw, embedding the knife into the now mortal Lo Pan's skull, telling Gracie that it's all in the reflexes. Thunder sees his master dead and feels like he failed him, so in the storm's dishonor he starts to inflate without stopping and explodes. With the three storms down to only one, the survivors are cornered by lightning in a corridor who begins bringing down the walls. It creates a hole in the ceiling that the group climb up through to escape, and use Egg's pulley launcher to ascend even further upwards into the escape tunnel. When lightning tries to follow, Egg drops a statue onto his head, crushing him and ending the storms. After locating Jack's truck, they all pile inside and blow up any of the remaining exchange guards that chase them. Jack crashes through the doors and evades police to pull up in the middle of the road, and take a moment of rest while the engaged couple have time to embrace. They return to the Dragon of the Blackpool, where Egg's the first to leave now that Lo Pan's defeated, deciding to go back to China for a vacation. Eddie and Margot begin a relationship and Jack offers Gracie to join him on the open road. She rebuts with the offer to join her settling down in San Francisco, so the two depart as simply incompatible with not so much as a kiss goodbye. After receiving 3 times what he's owed for Wang's failure to cut a bottle, Jack's wished good luck as he leaves a safer San Fran, returning to his regular broadcasts, but this time with a hairy stowaway. And the movie ends.
off and rule the universe from beyond the grave.
Indeed!
Or check into a psycho ward, whichever comes first, huh?